boys and girls. All right, are you ready for topic 5? Woohoo! Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started, and we're gonna do the practice assessment together. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the phone around. Ready? Here we go. All right, number 1, write and solve a division story for 48 divided by 6. Okay, well, I'm gonna do it on this paper because it's gonna help me out other than trying to type with one hand. Okay, now with a multiplication story, it's a little different from a division story. Multiplication story, you'd say I have 5 boxes with 3 things in each box. How many do I have in all? Now with a division story, you're going to tell me the total and you're going to tell me how many groups you want to put it in. So I usually let the kids pick what they want to do. They could do goldfish or they could do something like that. So let's do goldfish. I have 48 goldfish. They are in groups of 6. If the groups are equal, how many are in each group? Boop. Okay, so you start with your total. You say I have 48 goldfish, I have 48 shoes. I have to put them in 6 piles. If all the piles are the same, how many are in each pile? So you start with the total. You tell me how many groups you want to put it in, and then you have to end with a question, okay? In multiplication, you're going to say, I have this many in each, and how many are in the total, okay? And then you would solve it. So to solve a division problem on the test, you can use your multiplication chart and your L, or you could do equal groups and draw 6 circles and put 48 objects inside, okay? But it's going to equal 8 once you figure that out. Okay, awesome. All right, let's look at the next question. All right, Jesse has 45 apple slices. He bakes 5 apple tarts. How many apple slices are used in each tart? Draw a bar diagram to represent the problem and then solve the problem, okay? All right, I'm also gonna do this on paper. All right, so this is number 3 on the test. And we are supposed to do a bar diagram to show 48 divided by 5, okay? When we do a bar diagram, the big number is always at the top. Then you're going to draw a bar. That's why it's called a bar diagram. Now this is divided by 5. So to draw the bar diagram, I'm going to slice the bar into 5 pieces. Ta-da! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the big number goes at the top. The 5 is the number of pieces. Then whatever the answer is goes inside of the boxes. Okay, in this case it is 9. Now Miss Katie did that because, and I want to go quickly, but on your test you can count by 5s. And once you get to 45, you'll have 9 fingers up. You could also use your multiplication chart. You can use equal groups, 5 circles. 45 in them. You get one, and you put 1 at a time until you run out. You could also do an array. You do 5 circles down, and then you keep doing groups of 5 until you get to 45, and you count how many's at the top, okay? Well, I know this is 9, and if you're my smart little boys and girls, I know you're starting to get your facts down. There you go. This is how you would solve number 3. 45 is the big number. 5 is the number of boxes, and the answer goes inside of the boxes, okay? Because there's 9 apple slices in each pie. All right, number 2, multiplication table, okay? Let me move it down a little bit. Yep, I gotta drag my little tools with me. Okay, look at the multiplication table below, and then part A says find the missing products, and it says what pattern do you see in the first row, and then explain why this pattern is true, okay? We'll get to that after, okay? But let's start solving this. I'm gonna grab my little pen tool, do purple because it's my favorite. Now the first thing I tell the kids is always solve the factors first. These are your factors in the blue. On your multiplication chart it was black. And you always want one that has 2 clues. So this one right here, if I look straight up, just like the clock hands, we have a 3, an 18, and a blank. Okay, so this is going to be 6. Whoops, sorry, bear with me. All right, the next one that I can solve, I'm trying to find one with 2 clues. Ooh, I could do this one. I have an 8, and a blank. So I say, oh, this is weird. What times 8 equals 8? Oh, that's going to be 1. Ta-da! Okay, now I can solve this one. I gave myself a clue. 1 times 7 is 7. 7 times 1 is 7. Okay, now let's see. The next one we're going to do is this one. I gave myself a clue here. 7 times what is 48? That is going to be 4. Good. Now once you find your factors, you can find all the missing pieces. Now I have told the kids that if you have a 0 in a row or a column, all those numbers are going to be 0. Okay? Now this one, all of these are going to be multiplying times these top numbers. So 1 times 6, 1 times 7, and 1 times 8. So that'll be the other 6. Okay, this row is 2's. So 2 times 6 is 12. 2 times 7 is 14. And 2 times 8 is 16. The next row is our 3's. We have 3 times 6 is 18. 3 times 7 is 21. And 3 times 8 is 24. Ta-da! Next row is my 4's. 4 times 6 is, oops, wow, 2 got a little wild there. 2 times 6 is 24. I'm sorry, 4 times 6 is 24. 4 times 7 is 28. That one's already there. And then 4 times 8 is 32. Now that was a little fast on here. I did have a video on my website and YouTube that has us going over this specifically, okay? What pattern do you see in the first row? They're all zeros, so that's what you would write. They're all zeros. Why is this true? Because 0 times a number is 0. Now I don't remember what this question is specifically on your test, but if it's times 1 and they're all 1s, you say, well, they're all multiplied times 1. Any number times 1 is that number, okay? If it's times 2, any number times 2 is double that number, okay? So you just look at the row and you say, well, anything times that number is that number, okay? All right, let's look at the next one. Number 4. I'm going to switch tools to my little stamper. Is the product of the following problems greater than 5 times 7? Choose yes or no. Okay, now this one right here, you can do associative property and solve whatever part that you want. Okay, so we have 2 times 2 times 7, which is 4 times 7. 4 is less than 5. I know that's going to be less. So is the problem greater? No, this one's not greater. 7 times 1 times 5. So if I group these together with parentheses, that would be 7 times 5. It's equal. Is equal greater? Equal is not greater. All right. 2 times 5 times 7. If it's 2 times this, then it is greater. That one's greater. 0. Oh, if we have 0 times anything, boop, it's 0. Okay, so boys and girls, you would group them together. And if you need to, you can solve it. But if I know it's the same thing, then I know that it's not greater. And then if it's double it, 2 times that number, I know that it is greater. And 0 times anything inside of here is going to equal 0. So that was not greater. So on your test, it might say greater or it might say less. So just pay attention to, you know, I didn't even have to solve it. I just looked at the numbers. Okay? All right, next. I'm going to switch my tool again. Do my favorite purple. Nate has 4 pages of stickers arranged in arrays. Okay, 4 pages. The table shows the number of rows and columns on each page. Which page has the most stickers? This one's easy. All you have to do is multiply the rows times the columns and see which one has the bigger number. Okay, so 3 times 5 is 15. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 3 is 12. And there's another 15. So which one was bigger? 15, 20, or 12? Ha 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 ha. Page 2. Okay. Ta-da! Page 2. I think on the test, I'll probably have these little symbols right here so you know to multiply these out and check each one. And you just pick the bigger one. Okay? All right. Next page. All right, number 6. Which of the following strategies can help you solve 4 times 6? Choose all that apply. So this looks like a little bit of a DP review right here. Okay, I'm gonna get my stamper tool. I'm gonna do yellow this time. All right, we have 6, 6, 6. You wouldn't be splitting that 4 into a bigger number, so that's not gonna help me at all. Okay. Then we have a 4, a 4, a 3, and 3. So the 4 stayed the same and the 6 was split. So yes, that'll help me. Okay. They actually split the second number, but they kept one number same. One number same, and one number was split. Okay, let's look at the next one. 5, 5, 4, 1. Oh no, they are all different numbers. So we have a 5, a 4, a 5, a 1. That's not correct, DP. No, no. Then we have 5, 1, 4, 4. They split the 6. 1 plus 5 is 6, and 4 is the number that's the same. So yeah, that'll help me out here. Boop. And then 2, 4, 2, 6. It's 2 different numbers again. Only split one number. You can't have 2 of them different. Okay, so we have, that would be a split, yes, but then they split the other one, or they're 2 different numbers, so that's not going to help me. That's not correct, DP. All right, Beverly noticed a pattern on the multiplication table. She shades some of the squares orange. 4 and 8. What pattern could you see? So from 4 to 8, what happens there? 4 to 8. Well, I know that 4 plus 4 is 8. Let me see this one. 16 and 32. Did you know 16 plus 16 is 32? 20 plus 20 is 40. 24 plus 24 is 48. Okay, I notice that the group of 8s is double the group of 4s. Explain why this pattern is true. All I would want you to do is put an example. Okay, I would put like the 4 times, let me look back. 4 times 4 is 16, and 4 times 8 is 32. You would just list an example. All right. What multiplication factor is missing from the multiplication table? So all you have to do is just solve one little chut right here. That's just 2 times 6. That's just 12. That was easy. Yay! Okay. Let me grab my little tools again. See, I have to drag them down with me or they don't come. They're like a little doggy I got to keep on a leash. Okay. Next, it says draw lines to help to match each product with the quotient. Okay. All I have to do is match the answer. So we have 49 divided by 7. We like that one. That's the 7, 7, 49 one. There we go. Let's see. 7, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you are best buddies together. All right. Now the next ones we don't know right off the bat, but this one's a 9. So do your 9's trick, and that should go right here. 9 times 6 is 54. And then 6 times 6 is 36. And again, you can also use your multiplication chart for this one. Just all you have to do is just solve these and just figure out which one goes with what. All right, done with that page. Oh, this is moving along. Awesome. All right. Oh, so easy. So easy. You ready? Look. 70 divided by 7 is what? 10. Because 10 times 7 is 70. All you have to do for number 10 on your test is just divide. Done. Check. All right, this one we hadn't got to in class yet. We're going to do that tomorrow or Thursday with some little alligators in class. It says, look at these two expressions. Doop, doop. Explain how you can use what you know, what you see to compare the expressions without computing, okay? All right, now we have talked about this, but not with these types of symbols. 40 divided by 4 and 40 divided by 8. When we've talked about this, who do you want to share with? Because division is sharing. Do you want to share your Skittles with 4 people? Or do you want to share your Skittles with 8 people? Or let's do money. Do you want to share $40 with 4 people? Or you want to split it in 8? If I share with less people, am I going to have more money? Yes. So when we share, the smaller number right here is going to be the bigger answer because we want to share with less people. We don't want to share all our stuff. Explain how you can use that without computing. So you would say that. You would say smaller divisor means bigger number, bigger answer. Yay! Okay, and then you would write the answer right here. You would write 40 divided by 4 would actually be 10. And then 40 divided by 8 would be 5. And there you go. Yum, 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 yum. You solve it. And the alligator's eating the bigger number. All right, I'm going to switch to my stamper tool. I got to go grab it and bring it down. Okay, here we go. Which of the following stories about 8 times 4 is about 8 times 4? Okay. So we're looking for each and columns and rows and arrays and stuff like that and putting things in boxes and bags and stuff like that, okay? So he has 4 columns, 8 rows of stamps. Oh, yeah. Columns and rows, that's multiplication. Doop. He gives away 8 stamps. Each of 4 friends gets the same amount. We're giving away 8 stamps, just 8. That's not getting bigger, that's getting smaller. Billy has 8 stamps. They're in 4 equal rows. How many stamps are in each row? If he has a total of 8 stamps, that's not multiplying or getting bigger. It just says that's all he has, okay? And then if we're in equal rows and we're dividing, it sounds like we're dividing right there. All right, we have a row of 4 stamps and a row of 8 stamps. How many does he have in all? A row plus row, that is not multiplication. 8 rows. Each row has 4 stamps. Ooh, we have rows with 4 in each. That sounds like multiplication right there. Da, 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 da. Okay, next problem, and I'll keep my little stamper. Maya has 12 pins, and she wants to put them in equal groups. Can she put the pins in equal groups with the following numbers, with none left over? Okay, so that is a problem where you have to take the 12 and say, which ones can go into it? Well, of course, the 2 can go into 12 because it's an even number. Can 3 go into 12? Now, how would I check this, boys and girls? I would draw 3 groups, or I can use my multiplication chart and see, does the row of 3 have a 12 in it? Does the row of 4 have a 12 in it? And they do. What about 5s? You should know that if it does not end with a 0 or a 5, it's not a 5. Nope. Okay. All right. Next problem. A kennel has 9 dogs. Each dog gets 3 dog treats. How many treats do the dogs have altogether? Write an equation to solve it. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Lord, for easy questions. This is just 9 times 3. This is 27. Thank you. Woo. Done. Next. Moving on. Ta-da! Which is a way to, I'm going to use my little stamper tool, which is a way to solve 5 times 5. Skip count, 5, 15, 25, 35, 45. Is that how you skip count? No. Use distributive property. We have 4, 1, 5, 5. 4 plus 1, that's 5, 5, 5. Yeah, we could use that one. Look at a multiplication table and find the 5 row, go across to use find a 5 and the product of the number in the column 1. 5 times 1? That doesn't sound right. Use repeated addition. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's only 4 5s. It has to be this one right here. Now in your test, you'll have a different problem and you're going to have to read it. Check the skip counting. Check the DP. This doesn't make sense at all. If we go in the 5 rows, go across to you find a 5. And the product at the top of column 1. That doesn't sound right. Column 1 wouldn't be 5 times 5. You'd be in the 5th column. Okay? Here's the next one. Write a multiplication story for 9 times 7. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and do this on paper. So number 16, and we're doing 9 times 7. Okay? So 9 times 7. I have 9 packs of spicy Cheetos. Okay, the first thing you have to do for a multiplication story is you start off with packs or something you can put more things on. Like I can have 9 fluffy doggies and they each have 7 spots. Or I have 9 socks, they each have 7 holes on them. Okay, I'm going to say I have 9 packs of spicy Cheetos. I drink 9 glasses of milk for each one. This each right here, this is the key. I have 9 of something, 7 of each. I have 9 dresses, 7 bows. I have 9 brothers that have 7 freckles. Okay, so each. Okay, then you have a statement of how many packs or how many things. Then we have a statement of what's in each group. And then you have to have a question. How many glasses of milk do I drink? Okay, and then you would solve it, and then you can use your 9's trick. 9 times 7, 63. My 3 got a little crazy. There we go. All right, so you have to start off with 2 statements and a question. Okay, I have 9 sweaters with 7 stripes on each. Each is key. Can't say I have 9 dogs and 7 cats. How many animals do I have? Because then that's just plain addition. Okay? All right, done. Let's go look at the next one. All right. Look at the multiplication table below. Shade the products of the 5's column. So let's see, I need a pencil tool. Let me use yellow. Okay, it says the 5's column. What pattern do you see? This column right here. 5, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. What pattern do you see? They are counting by 5s. Explain the pattern you found. Well, it is 5 times 7 is 35. You'd use an example. I'm not quite sure what they want to put here. I'm not quite a fan of the pattern questions. All right, here we go. Last question. On Saturday, Tony biked to and from the pool. The distance from Tony's house to the pool is 7 miles. How many miles did Tony bike on Saturday? Okay, so he went to and from. Okay, the distance to the pool is 7 miles. But if he went there 7 miles and back 7 miles, how many miles did he bike? That's just 7 times 2. What's 7 times 2? Let me get my little writing tool a different color because yellow's not easy to see. How much is 7 times 2? 7 plus 7, people. 14. Whoop. See, that wasn't too bad. And Miss Katie would help you on this if it's confusing on the test. All right? That's it. That's all. That's all, folks. Yay! I don't find it was too bad. If you, and I graded the quiz and y'all did excellent. I think I had almost all A's on the quiz. So I have the utmost, I have the most confidence that y'all are going to do very well on this. All right? So if you have any questions, just ask Miss Katie. And yes, we're going to do the review in class also. All right? And that's it.